All right, let's dive into the world of an author you probably think you know, Jane Austen. But I'm going to bet that by the end of this, you'll see there's so much more to her than just bonnets and ball gowns. Let's get right into it.
So be honest, when you hear the name Jane Austen, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it, corsets, fancy tea parties, and maybe some kind of stuffy, old-fashioned love stories?
Well, if that's where your mind went, I am here to tell you, you need to think again. Because her books, they are sharp, they're witty, and honestly, they're shockingly modern takes on how people tick.
And to really get why, we've got to start with the woman herself. So for Section 1, we're looking at her life, a life that seemed, on the surface, pretty quiet, but was hiding this universe of brilliant observation.
Just take a look at this timeline. Born in 1775, she never got married, she hardly ever traveled, and she spent most of her life right there in her family circle. But don't let that fool you. As a teenager, she was already filling up notebooks with these hilarious, razor-sharp sketches of the people she knew. The silly gentlemen, the overly dramatic relatives. She was a master people watcher from day one. And then, in just a 6-year whirlwind, she published all her major novels before passing away way too young at only 41.
So here's the key, right? Her true genius was taking the most ordinary stuff, boring conversations, little social visits, and spinning them into these incredible masterpieces of human nature.
And that genius? Oh, it's on full display in her novels. So for Section 2, let's do a quick tour of the 6 books that pretty much cemented her legacy forever.
This table kind of breaks it down, and you can see right away these are so much more than just love stories. You've got the epic battle of wits in Pride and Prejudice, the really serious social critique in Mansfield Park, and even a hilarious send-up of other popular novels in Northanger Abbey. Each one digs into a really deep, really complex part of being human.
And get this, she published every single one of them anonymously. The books just said they were by a lady. That's it. They had to succeed purely on their own merit, and boy did they ever. They completely changed the game.
Which of course brings us to the big question. What's the secret sauce here? What makes her writing so unique and so powerful? In Section 3, we're going to break it down.
And this right here, this slide says it all. She wrote about small things, living rooms, dinner parties, awkward family drama. But through that tiny lens, she showed us the biggest truths there are, about hypocrisy, about ambition, about the human heart. She didn't need epic battles to explore epic ideas.
I mean, just look at these themes. Love versus what society expects. Money versus doing the right thing. Family pressure. Misunderstanding someone and then growing from it. Getting a second chance. Does any of that sound old-fashioned to you? Absolutely not. These are the things we're all still dealing with every single day.
And we have to talk about her heroines. Women like Elizabeth Bennet or Emma Woodhouse, they were not just sitting around waiting for a husband. They were smart, they made mistakes, they questioned everything. In a time when a woman's entire future depended on marrying well, Austen's heroines wanted a real partner, someone they respected. They had the guts to say no to a bad deal. These were women who think and feel and choose for themselves, truly way ahead of their time. Okay, so let's bring this all into the now. Section 4 is all about the big so what. Why does any of this matter to us, today? How do we connect her world to ours?
Well, it really boils down to a few things. 1, her stories are just so relatable. 2, she basically invented the modern rom-com. 3, reading her actually makes you better at understanding people. 4, she calls out social pressures with this amazing sense of humor. And 5, let's be real, the books are just a ton of fun to read.
Come on, we all know a Mr. Collins, right? That person who is just so self-important and has zero self-awareness. And we've all misjudged someone on a first impression, just like Elizabeth Bennet. It's the drama of just being a person, and she captured it perfectly.
And if you think her influence is just stuck in stuffy old books, no way. The whole DNA of the modern romantic comedy, movies like Clueless, which is just Emma in Beverly Hills, or Bridget Jones's Diary, which is a total riff on Pride and Prejudice, they all owe a huge debt to Jane Austen.
For more than 200 years, this supposedly quiet woman's voice has been echoing really, really loudly through our culture, shaping how we tell stories about love and life.
And in the end, the reason she lasts is because she taps into something so fundamental. Her novels speak to these things we all want. To be really truly understood by someone, to be loved for who we actually are, and to figure out how to be ourselves when the world wants us to be something else.
So I'll just leave you with this thought.
Reading Jane Austen isn't about escaping into the past. It's about seeing people more clearly. It's about understanding humanity. And more often than not, it's about seeing yourself right there on the page. Kind of makes you want to go pick one up, doesn't it?